Get away! Don't hurt me! Leave me alone! Lincoln thrashed about, struggling up against the grip what he thought was Lana's monstrous imposture. The next thing he heard, however, it was simply a sharply whispered voice of his eldest sister. Lincoln! Shh! It's okay. It's only me. The reassuring words caused Lincoln's heart rate to decelerate. His feelings of panic petered out. After taking a moment to stop thrashing and take some deep breaths, he cautiously opened his eyes to find himself mercifully out of the basement. He was back in his bed with a worried-looking Lori looking over at him at his bedside. Lori? Lori lifted her hand off of his shoulder and started running his fingers through his hair. You were having a nightmare. A pretty bad one by the looks of it. Lincoln looked at Lori, and the memory of just seeing her cadaverous zombie-like form trapped inside the glass came rushing back, as much as he tried to remind himself that none of it actually happened. In the moment, it just felt so real, so vivid he couldn't help but felt like he was seconds away from losing her forever. With tears swelling up in his eyes, he sprung out of bed and threw his arms around Lori, burying his face in her bosom. Shh, whispered Lori, stroking his back. It's okay, Lincoln. Lincoln, I'm here. There's nothing to be afraid of. A minute or two had passed as Lincoln embraced his big sister, taking her soothing, reassuring words to heart. Lori wasn't exactly the cuddliest out of the Loud sisters, but Lincoln could always count on her for being there for him when she needed him. With that said, this specific instance, it was hard to imagine how could she have been there when he needed her, which occurred to him as soon as he calmed down from the fright. Hold on. Lincoln let go of Lori and backed away from her, making eye contact, giving himself a moment to wipe his cheeks dry before posing a question. How did you know I was having a nightmare? Oh, I overheard you whimpering while I was in the hallway. Okay, follow-up question. What were you doing up in the middle of the night? Lori's eyes wandered to the side. Well, you're not going to believe this, but I had a nightmare too. You did? Asked Lincoln. About what? I'd rather not say, said Lori as her voice trembling just a bit. But get this. I woke up. I saw that Luna, Lucy, Lola, and Lana had all crawled into bed with me. And when I looked over at Lenny, I saw Luann, Lynn, Lisa, and Lily bunking with her. Lincoln raised a skeptical eyebrow at her. Did everyone have a nightmare? What the odds are, right? Asked Lori with a chuckle. Anyway, we decided we're all going to sleep together downstairs in the living room, and I'll get up early the next day to make us all French toast. How's that? Quivering, a smile appeared on Lincoln's face. Sounds great. Lori took Lincoln by the hand and helped him off the bed and led him to his room with her arm around his shoulder. As they walked, Lincoln wrapped his arm around her waist, keeping her snuggled close to him. Once they got downstairs, he saw that other his 9 sisters cuddled up together under a sea of blankets, the twins on the easy chair, and everyone else on the couch. Lincoln was greeted with a sleepy wave from some of the sisters who had not already gone back to sleep. He was taken aback, however, when one of his sisters wriggled herself out from the cuddle puddle and stood up, stumbled over and gave him a hug. It was Lynn. The young athlete squeezed him tight, muttering incoherently and pressing her face into his shoulder. Lincoln was a bit confused, but decided not to object once since he felt a couple of stray tears trickling down his back. He let her drag him back onto the couch, and the two of them claimed a spot on the right side, with her spooning him. I love you, Lincoln, she whispered, pecking him on the cheek. Don't you ever forget that. With those parting words, the two of them had drifted back off to sleep, and reassured that even after the tormented way they sent through, they had still had each other at the end.